こんにちは。
こんにちは。
フィンランドセンター所長のアナマリア・リリアネンです。よろしくお願いします。
この展覧会をご視聴しました渡辺大志と申します。よろしくお願いします。
And I'm so happy to welcome you all today to this exhibition, Unity Architecture in Finland and Japan. Watanabe-san.
Welcome to the exhibition, Unity Architecture, 3 projects, 3 exhibitions, 18 objects in Finland and Japan. I'm a Japanese architect and associate professor at Waseda University in Japan.
And I'm the director of the Finnish Institute in Japan here in Tokyo. And we together welcome you to this exhibition. We will be walking through the exhibition and telling about the most important works. Watanabe-san.
Yeah, this is the exhibition to compose the 3 different exhibitions in 3 different cities and then try to make it a common way which can go through to the new style of the architecture and the design.
Yes, and National Romanticism, that is where it all started, Watanabe-san?
Yeah, at that moment I try to focus on the mechanism of National Romanticism from Finland.
And National Romanticism is very important because we met each other last December at the seminar Finnish Architecture organized by the Finnish Institute in Japan and started talking about Watanabe-san's research and my research as well. Now we are here in the first section of the exhibition. Watanabe-san, would you kindly tell us more about the prologue?
Yes, this is like a tunnel space to feel how much Finlandia is. And then as a prologue, I wrote down my impression about National Romanticism, which is called receptive activism. And then I want to emphasize the differences between nationalism and the National Romanticism first. As my impression, nationalism is based on attitude as a resistance. But on the other hand, National Romanticism can be interpreted how to accept outer pressure and then translate that attitude itself as their own expression.
Well, this painting is very, very familiar to me. It is Akseli Kalenkallella Aino Myth, the triptych from 1891. Why is it here in the exhibition, Watanabe-san?
Yeah, one of my interests about the methodology of National Romanticism was a multidisciplinary creative way. And then especially the Akseli Kalenkallella, he was a painter and a sculpture designer, and then he also designed the costume of military army or something, and then national flag and so on. And then one of my interests was the age of the independence of Finland, almost 104 years past. And then this is a very famous painting, Kalevala. And then like Elias Lönnrot collected the different local narrative stories as one composed national mythology. Is also one of the most important creation, how people can share the conception of the country itself. That is one kind of the dream for the designers or the architects, how their own design can contribute to so many people or the society itself.
And do you know who wrote the Kalevala, by the way, just seeing you here?
Wrote?
Who wrote the
sorry,
Kalevala?
I know only the name of Elias Lönnrot.
Elias Lönnrot is the correct answer, Watanabe-san. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, please continue.
Okay, and then this is one famous scene of the Kalevala, and then the painter is Akseli Kalenkallella. In my hypothesis, that he is one of the key persons who proposed the first conception of national romanticism in Finland.
Okay, excellent. Shall we move on? Oh, here we have learning from Finlandia. Why is that, Watanabe-san?
Yes, I try to trace his way. And then while my sabbatical, I have stayed in Helsinki last year. I try to trip all the region of the Finland from the Helsinki, Turku, Lapland or East Karelia. I try to collect the several objects made by the design without architectural one or the specialized one about that objection itself. For example, this is a drawing I draw and then collage of the objection I found in any area in Finland. For example, this is a costume, national traditional costume of Sami people, and then there are also the several objects. The local craftsman or the local craftsman that made several objects. This is also the hand drawing collage that I collected the light from the traditional until contemporary architecture in Finland. I try to find in the gradation of the light the same concept I try to collect from the physical object.
And the same kind of concept that we have here in the Metsä Pavilion, where we are today with this wonderful exhibition, because it's all about the light here and the finished wood, really. 18 objects and 10 prototypes. What is this, Watanabe-san?
Yes, this is several examples that I try to find from modern and then contemporary architecture in Japan. And then at that moment, I try to have the one rule. I collected these objects. Architecture design without architectural specialized design or technologies. For example, this is one Japanese shoji style design made by stained glass craftsmen.
It's wonderful.
Or this is also the Japanese traditional festival, or the festival float designed and then made by ordinary people. They are citizens, not craftsmen.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then this is also the several architectural part that made by different technologies from different fields, except for architecture. And then toward to this goal that I needed 3 phases mainly. That's why I try to explain same 18 objects by different conception depending on the context of different cities. And then this is the first exhibition that we will have in this October in Helsinki, Aalto University.
And here we can see actually Galen Kalela and Jean Sibelius, for instance.
Yes. This is a famous painting named Symposium.
Yes, that's right.
And then this is one of the scenes, the first conception of national romanticism occurred. And then the most important point, he never painted architect in anywhere. This is also already the vision to compose the architecture without the specialized field of architecture, I thought.
Exactly. Excellent. And then we have here the Japanese crossover architecture.
Yes.
What is that?
Now, as a first phase, I try to exchange the phase from national romanticism as a nation of sorrow, which can be adapted to the third place. And then this is one trial to make that one as more logical one through the exhibition in Berlin. And then the way of the multidiscipline can be interpreted as a crossover. the crossover the boundary, crossover the craftsman, crossover the technologies, crossover the fields. And then by this kind of the logic, what kind of theory as a contemporary design can be was I wanted to consider.
Excellent. But here in the next poster, what we see is the practice of no-scale material and under the topic Synthesia scenery.
Yeah. Firstly, I want to explain about the context of this venue. This exhibition will be held in Weimar. Maybe you know the name of Bauhaus.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And then Weimar was a place the first Bauhaus was founded. And then I think this is a very suitable venue to reconsider the first principle of modernity and then modern design itself. At that moment, I want to propose the possibility of National Romanticism methodology from the version of the field, version of the theory or logic, and then this is a version of the practice.
Which makes it complete.
Yes.
Yes.
And then synesthesia is one kind of the sense. When you see some objection or the paintings, if you can feel, we can hear some sound through the information through our eyes. It's one kind of the sense of synesthesia.
Oh, I know this gentleman over here. He is Professor Erenitus Yrjö Sotama, who accidentally is also one of the founders of the Finnish Institute in Japan. But tell us more about this video.
Yes. Actually, during my sabbatical last year at Art University, he is one of my supervisor. And then we much talked about the mechanism of the National Romanticism.
Excellent. Okay.
In this video, he is talking about how Finnish design was very important as a phase of the design itself, of course, but not only that one, but also the phase of the industrial level and then phase of the political level also. And then we learned so much from Professor Yrjö Sotama how architecture and design contributed to compose the society itself.
Thank you so much. Here I'm reading Unity Architecture map that we can see over here. Would you like to tell us some more about it?
Yes. By going through the three phases of these exhibitions, I try to find one common way which we can see through. And then I named Unity Architecture. Actually, this is a three-dimensional map of Unity Architecture itself. And that's why this is also the one condensed model of this whole exhibition itself.
Oh, I see. For instance, what is this one? This is the object number 1 on the map.
Yes. This is the same object I exhibited over there also as a first objection of 18 objects. And then this is the first steel nail which was used, the Horyuji Temple.
Oh, I see.
Horyuji Temple is the oldest wooden temple in Japan.
And where is it?
In Nara Prefecture.
In Nara. Okay, I see. All right, but here I see something so really interesting. This is a tiny little house. Would you tell us more about this?
Yes. This house I named Crossover House. And then this is a house project which can be built both in Finland and Japan. The meaning we can produce the same house needs same module of the house itself, because both in Finland and Japan we already have the ready-made methodology to produce the mass production house. And then without using this way, the cost of the house will be very expensive. That's why I needed to find the common module which can be adapted both in Finland and Japan.
And also somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. And then actually the physical module I found is 1.2 meter by 2.4 meter.
Really?
So every design was made by using this same module. That's why even if it is not in Finland and Japan, if there is a same module as a third place, this house also can be built.
And here I can see the sofa that is here, that is also here. Excellent.
Yes.
But this is my hometown, Helsinki.
Yes.
Oh, tell us more about that.
Yeah. This is my proposal for the Southport in Helsinki. Of course, you know the region around the central station is one of the most important centers in Helsinki nowadays. But originally or historically, the Southport is the first entrance to the Baltic culture. And then I want to propose the one idea to redesign as a new design center. At that moment, I try to make this whole area as one of the showcase to show the forest industry.
And is this your idea of the new architecture museum?
How did you know that?
Well, I was just thinking because I saw something similar
Yes.
here in the harbor, and also, well, I just
Yes.
guessed that.
Actually, I think it's a little bit earlier, but I'm very interested in the design for the architecture and the museum in Southport. And then this is one of the ideas to show the first museum in the world as a model, the combined architecture and design like this.
Okay, and what is this? I see that this is the model of that.
Yes.
And I see little houses over here. What are they?
Yeah, actually this is one of my proposal, and then this is a steam sauna ship.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I see Jean Sibelius, the famous composer, over here. And here's the new architecture museum.
Yeah. This is a drawing for the Southport. Is also drawn as a condensed model of the whole of the consideration through this exhibition. So here is Helsinki Cathedral, and then here is several important facilities for Finnish people.
And the building designed by Alvar Aalto.
Yes. And then here is also the tower of the central station and the National Museum, both designed by Eliel Saarinen.
Yes, yes. And here is the tiny sauna boat, and this is the large one.
Yeah, this is also the steam sauna ship again. And then I want to make this whole area as a wooden belt, I mean, to show some kind of the forest industry.
But when we are talking about, for instance, now this new architecture museum, the form language here, where does it come from? What are these? Do they have a kind of, do they belong together?
Thank you for a very nice question. That my first impression to consider about the design of the museum itself is coming from this line of the waves on the ocean.
Oh, I see.
Actually, this is my tribute, one kind of the tribute against the painting of Kalevala, drawn by Axel Garner Kalera. And then I also can see the same line on the water.
Oh, that is excellent. And I see here the furniture and the vase as well.
Yes. The conception of this one is how to show the combined situation, architecture design and then design. So about this point, the design sandwiched by architecture, but at this point, architecture sandwiched by design.
Yes.
This is one of the idea to show how this kind of the museum can be the one unique museum in the world.
And here we can also see that there is the architecture here shown. Apart from these buildings that are already there, they are mainly made of wood, so
Yes.
wooden architecture.
Yes, not only the physical object, but also like energy fuel, like biotechnologies or something. Everything have to be designed by using wooden material.
So the biotechnology, sustainability, the forest industry and the architecture, they are discussing with one another.
Yeah, I think so. So the crossover the material also the one of the way to interpret or translate the idea from National Romancing Tower to contemporary design.
Oh, this is so. Now, obviously, we could stay here in the exhibition the whole day and just discuss about everything. But here in the epilogue, you're writing here, Unity Architecture in the New Universal Post-COVID-19. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, actually, firstly, I thought that this is an unfortunate situation. We cannot have physical exhibition, but on the other hand, I think that we can have enough opportunity to ask so many audience from the world to see and then to know the conception of this exhibition.
This means that there is always a silver lining in every situation, even a tough situation like the pandemic.
Yes, I think so too. And then in other words, that this kind of the idea can be also interpreted as a methodology of the receptive activities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pressure, under pressure of the COVID-19 virus, also we have to accept, we cannot deny anymore. But how to accept can be the style of the new expression. So I think this is also already in the first phase of the age of post-corona through the design. And then this kind of the situation, I think quite related with the whole concept I want to tell you through this exhibition itself.
Thank you so much. Well, this was it. Really, really interesting and thought-provoking exhibition. Thank you so much, Watanabe-san.
Thank you, Anna Maria. And then it's quite an honor for me to have the exhibition and then collaborate with Finnish Institute Japan and then Mezza Pavilion.
Yes, this is a wonderful place for this exhibition. Stay tuned for the upcoming research about the Sanso, Japanese Sanso architecture and the Finnish artists' villas and houses. Watanabe-san?
Yeah, I'm very glad to collaborate in the future too. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And after this, you will see a tour around the exhibition object by object. So stay tuned for that. ありがとうございました。
Kiitos paljon.